Welcome back. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to take the design that you created for your quilling project as your homework assignment and take this design and transfer it precisely to your actual piece of paper that you will use in class. So to get started, you're going to need a piece of tape. You're going to need a chalk pastel of some color, doesn't matter, your scissors, and a pencil. So getting started, you're going to take your actual paper and you're going to find the back. The front is a little bit rougher, it has like a little tooth to it, and the back is smooth. On the back, please clearly write your name. My name is Mr. Lundgren. And then write your section. Maybe it's 5B. And then write your homeroom teacher. Okay? Once you've finished that, take this page and set it aside for a moment. Then you're going to need your design like this. You're going to take it and cut it out so that we just have the original 9x6 rectangle of your picture. Okay? So finish cutting that out, and of course you're cutting all the directions away that were on the back, but that's okay. We don't need them anymore now that you've followed the directions correctly for your homework. Okay. Now this homework page is going to get taped to the front of our paper. So you're going to take this, which is the front of our paper, and you're actually going to take your design and tape it right to the front. Okay, you're only going to use one, actually you're going to use two pieces. You're going to take this piece, put it on this edge, and this piece, and put it on this edge so it will fold up and down like a hinge. And you're going to place it on so that it's just right in the center. Okay, should match. If the papers are exact, obviously make sure that they fold exactly and match exactly. Mine's a little off, so I'm just going to make it so that this piece is in the middle. Alright, now what we're going to eventually do is take our pencil and trace over our designs. But first we need to make this into a transfer piece. So I'm going to lift this piece up, and you can see here's the back of my paper. This is where you're going to take a color of chalk pastel. It doesn't matter what color you use. I'm going to use a little purple. Doesn't matter what you use. And you're going to take the flat edge of your chalk pastel and you're going to completely cover the back of that paper. You're just going to color it in. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be nicely colored. The only thing you want is that it's completely colored. Okay, you want to make a lot of chalk pastel on the back. The reason why is because this chalk pastel is going to transfer to the paper on which you're going to work. Okay, so it should look something like this. This is going to be kind of dusty, but that's okay. I'm just going to take this away and blow my dust away so it's not on the video. Alright, now once you've completed that, remember this again is the what will be your final card. So you're going to take this piece and you're going to gently lay it down. And then try your best not to touch it a bunch. Okay, maybe just take one place where you're going to hold it down. Alright, and then you're going to take your pencil. Better off that it's a dull pencil than a sharp pencil. And you're just going to trace over your line. So if I start with just this line here, and I lift this page back up, you can see how that line transfers to my page. Now it's very light, and that's okay. That's what we want it to be. We want it to be light. And you're just going to transfer the main parts of your design. So I'm going to take my border, and I'm going to trace my border. Now as you trace, you're going to want to press down fairly hard. The harder you press, the better that line will transfer. You can see that design there now. Okay, now I'm just going to trace kind of my last border parts here. Alright, and you'll see this. transferred. Then I'm going to copy my design for my flower, and I'm just going to copy the outside shapes, the ones that I markered in. I am not going to copy every single swirly line. This is merely to get our design in the correct place. Okay? Now, to get it in the correct place, that's why we drew it ahead of time, and that's why we planned it out so well. But the truth of the matter is, all these little swirly lines are going to be very helpful after the fact as we're starting to make our quilling paper, but we want to make sure we've got a good solid handle on where our design should be. So there, now you can see that design that I've got transferred onto the paper. Now I'm going to continue on with my design of my leaf. So that I can see my design very easily as I start to make my quilling. Okay, so there's my full design. It might be a little bit hard to see in the video. If I turn the light there, you can see it a little better. And now I'm just going to do a couple more things. I want to make sure that I get these little swirls in the right place. So I'm just going to draw a little circle for where those swirls should be, just so I have a good starting place. And I can kind of gauge where those are going to be. Alright, now this shouldn't take too terribly long. And again, we're using this homework to help us with the overall design, but not really taking each little swirl into account. So there's the center of those swirls. Now, once you've finished transferring your design, you're going to just gently take your homework design off, okay, and take a paper towel and wipe away most of this pastel, because you're going to need to keep this design and look at it as you go through your project, and you don't want that that pastel kind of rubbing off on your hands. Okay, so now you've got your finished homework design, which you're going to keep because you're going to need to look at it, but you also have your transferred image onto your paper. Now, as you start this process, you might just want to gently take your pencil, now that you've got your design transferred, and just gently trace over that line so that you can erase it later and you can just have a very faint design. You don't want all of this pastel on your final design as you start, but this is the process with which you will create your transfer for your homework onto your final design in class.